Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while, and as you can see, I'm sporting CM Punk tonight. Several months ago, you guys saw me with the Mark Henry Bent on Destruction t-shirt. That's what I do. By the way, I'm sure you guys have all seen he's back. And you know what? I'm back. This is why I love Monday nights, because I don't have to work. Unfortunately, that's what it's been. Survivor Series review didn't come because of it, and work just takes all the energy out of you. It seems like that these holiday seasons, people like to go spend their money at McDonald's when they should be like today doing Cyber Monday shopping. I'm making money to buy Christmas presents. I've got some pretty good Christmas presents in mind. But we're going to do a after Christmas. We might try and do an after Christmas special. Might. No guarantees. Might try to do an after Christmas special. I'll name off all the stuff I got because my birthday's also before Christmas. It's 4 days before Christmas, so 23. I'll be 23 soon. One thing. WWE 2K14. Okay. Tomorrow, well, in like for me, it's gonna be like 30 minutes. It's gonna be the 3rd. You get the Big E Langston, you get the DLC pack number 2 for it, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. What have I been doing since I haven't been talking to you guys? I've actually been playing a series of a game, but I've finished it here recently, and once you see the first one, you'll be like, oh, you probably got all 3. 1, 2, and 3. Oops. And 3. See? Fantastic. First one. See, I don't know why, but I wanted the crap scared out of me, so that's the main reason why I got it. I don't know why. Before we do talk about Raw, I want to go over some of the stuff that WWE's doing. Like stuff with Roman Reigns, and something that's actually kind of interesting about Drew McIntyre. Let's start out with Drew McIntyre. Last week, Drew McIntyre, believe it or not, actually got his green card because he's not from America. He's from Scotland. I might not sound Scottish, but he's from Scotland, and he finally got his green card yesterday. He says he's proud to be an American now. The other thing is probably one of my favorite guys of this group. Who is the group? The group is the Shield. Okay, the Shield. Everyone that I've talked to loves Dean Ambrose, but me, my personal favorite, it's not just because of what he does Survivor Series, and it's not just because of what they're going to do to him in the future. I've liked this guy since I laid my eyes on him. He's got the look. He's got the strength. It's Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns. He's probably my favorite guy of the Shield. My second favorite's got to be Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins is probably 3rd, but of course there's only 3 guys. Unlike everyone else, I wanted to see a Shield versus Wyatt family match. Unfortunately, we don't get that. That could happen at WrestleMania, though, so there's always hope for that. We now are more than likely going to have one champion, unless some kind of shenanigans happens, and some shenanigans are probably going to happen, because I don't think that they're going to only have one champion this close to the Royal Rumble and this close to WrestleMania, because the Royal Rumble is only next month. Another thing, the Royal Rumble is indeed next month, okay? And I said that their plans were probably to have CM Punk win the Royal Rumble. It's not looking like it. But I also said it's where they're going to have Cody Rhodes and Goldust lose the tag team titles. That would be a fantastic place to do it, is the Royal Rumble. And what I said that they were also going to do is have them lose, turn Goldust heel, and have a brother versus brother match at WrestleMania. Okay? And now we can get into Raw. So, we start off Raw with CM Punk, because last week, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, I'm going to call them the best beard in the world. Kind of like how the back, here, I'll show you the back of the shirt real quick. The back of the shirt is indeed, it's not fake, it's real, because it's got the whole WWE athletic wear. It's the best, the best since day one shirt. So, we all know CM Punk is the best in the world, and all that. So I'm calling them the best beard in the world. That's my tag team name for them. I might even make it on WWE 2K14. Punk has been thinking why the Shield attacked him. But he doesn't know why. He says what he's thinking he wants to be wrong about. He says, is it because he insulted Triple H? But really, he hasn't really done anything to Triple H. Probably the worst thing he's called him is whenever he dropped that pipe bomb and called him a doofus, which that was part of the WWE app. There was a question, what did CM Punk call Triple H when he dropped the pipe bomb? He called him a doofus. He hates the Authority. He says Triple H isn't going to start something with Punk, because if he does, he won't like it, and Punk will finish it. Because Punk is indeed the best in the world, and I'm a Punk fan. I need to get a Triple H shirt. I like these white and black bordered Punk shirts, which Punk now has 2 new shirts. I really wasn't able to see today's, but last week's he sported a new shirt. But this shirt is cool. Stephanie interrupts, and she says that the McMahons and Triple H are the Authority, and she says that the Authority always have free speech, that the Authority can do whatever they want. She says that the Authority is upset with the Shield, and for attacking CM Punk, and so they have the Director of Operations, Kane, come out, because apparently he's supposed to reduce the chaos for WWE. And the Director of Operations comes out and enters and confirms that the Shield had nothing to do with the Authority. The Authority did not send the Shield out on Punk. So Punk calls Kane the big red ass kisser. And Punk wants a match with Kane, but the Shield come out, and Stephanie tells him not to attack. Stephanie says that Punk should be respected and admired. And then she makes a 3-on-1 handicap match. CM Punk versus the Shield at TLC. And that's what happened. And that's what happened. Or she didn't do that. Kane actually made that match. And that's what happened there. We then have a number 1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship. They had the hardcore, the Hamptons hardcore, and I agree with JBL. There's nothing hardcore about the Hamptons. Do you know who was in the Hamptons? Pete Gas. And it's like they said, you bring up Pete Gas, the Main Street Posse. That's your Hamptons guys. They dress up in like these sweater vests and all this. It's like, no. So it was, and then you had Biggie Langston. Okay, he was on commentary, and he was asked the question, who would you like to face for the Intercontinental Championship? And he said he would actually like to face Dolph Ziggler. Now, I'm going to call this Raw Skip It. Or Skip This Raw. Because if you don't know, he says that him and Dolph Ziggler used to play with a toy. And to me, this toy looks like a girl's toy, because every time I see the commercials of it, and every time I think of the commercials of it, I've never seen guys playing with it. So I'm calling this a girl's toy. Basically what it is it's something you put around your ankle, and you swing it around, and you jump over it, okay? Now, I found a commercial for it, and this is back from the 90s. This toy was not really that popular at all, because it was like a jump rope with like one of those ball and chain things around your ankles. But this is an old commercial of it, and I want you to see if you see any guys playing with this thing. And if you do, let me know. Did you see me guys playing with that thing? To me, it was mainly all girls playing with it. So to me, it's kind of a girl's toy. Jumping rope is kind of a girl thing too. But everyone jumps rope eventually. You have to do it for, like, I guess, physical athletics or some shit. I don't know. We then had a Six Divas tag team match. Okay. We had Natalya and the Bella Twins versus Summer Rae, AJ Lee, and Tamina. Now, for the entire match, AJ was skipping until Summer Rae was like, AJ. She tags her in. AJ comes in and she does a little, like, run like this. She runs like a girl. Okay. And then Natalya gets tagged in and gets a roll up and gets a 1-2-3. That later on makes a match for Natalya versus AJ for the Divas Championship at TLC. Now I'm thinking, oh, maybe this Intercontinental Championship match will be the pre-show for TLC, or maybe this Divas match will be the pre-show for the pre-show of TLC. But usually they don't make the matches for a pre-show ahead of time. They make it like maybe 2 weeks before then, or maybe actually sorry, like a week before then, or the Monday of TLC. But Natalya got the win with the Bella Twins. So we then had our first segment of a new kind of, like, I guess you could say, talk show or something like that. It's called Bad News Barrett, and it does feature Wade Barrett. He says the good news is we are live on Raw, and the bad news is we are stuck in this city called Oklahoma City, and then he gets booed and it stamps bad news on the screen. That's your bad news, Barrett. We then have Brad and Randy Orton backstage, and he says, "Go tell the authority that I'm better than the WWE. I'm better than anyone who's held the WWE Championship, better than anyone who's held the World Heavyweight Championship. Hell, he's not better than me. So, that's for damn sure. We never wrestled each other. That's for damn sure, because I am the best in the world. And CM Punk is a role model, so that's why I like CM Punk. I like CM Punk shirts. They speak a lot of words. We then have Daniel Bryan versus Eric Rowan. I want to start doing a best match of the night, and this was not the best match of the night. The best match of the night is 1, 2, 3 matches away. Daniel Bryan did get the win here, and after the match, Bray Wyatt sends a message to Daniel Bryan saying he's trying to get Bryan to join the Wyatts. He says, with you and me together in the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, we can stop the machines. We can tear these walls down, and we can run this place our own. And he just made that. As he was saying that, or after the commercial break, you see Daniel Bryan walking down the hallway, kind of like looking behind his back and all this. He bumps into Kane, his old tag team partner, called Team Hell No, if you guys remember that, who lost their titles to the Shield, by the way. Kane then makes another TLC match. He makes a match at TLC. He makes Bryan versus the Wyatts at TLC in a 3-on-1 handicap match. And he says, just because you're friends with Punk, you're going to go 3-on-1. So we then have R-Truth and Xavier Woods, who's a rookie on NXT, who is now, I guess, coming up like everyone else does, versus Tons of Funk. And Brodus got so mad that he got the loss for his team that tension started to mount between Tons of Funk. Tensai tried to pull him away and tried to calm him down, and then he kind of pushes Tensai away, and then they just do a little stare down, and then they go to commercial. We then have you could say a return, but it's Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio. Okay, Now, the first thing I noticed on Sin Cara was his new tattoo. Second thing I noticed is that he's gaining some weight. You want to hear a little secret about Sin Cara? This is not the Sin Cara who recently got injured. This is a different Sin Cara. If you guys remember way back when, well, not way back when, a couple of years ago, back when they had Sin Cara versus Sin Cara, okay? Now, who were the two Sin Caras? You had the real Sin Cara, and you had Unico as Sin Cara. This Sin Cara, who just defeated Alberto Del Rio on Monday Night Raw, is not the real Sin Cara from Mexico. That's where that tattoo was. That's why that tattoo comes in. That tattoo has actually been on someone else. Okay? That tattoo belongs to none other than Unico. He is the new Sin Cara of WWE. But my question for you is, are they going to do Sin Cara versus Sin Cara again? I don't know, because apparently the old Sin Cara got in some trouble. I don't know what he did. I don't know if it's the fact that he doesn't even have his green card yet, like Drew McIntyre did for a couple of years, and they're just like, ah, screw you, get out of here. We're gonna find a new Sin Cara. And I'm telling you right now, the reason he had that new tattoo on this arm right here, with this like little eagle-looking thing, is that it is Unico. Okay, if you go look up Unico, go Google him or whatever. But whatever you guys do, I Google. So whatever you guys do, look up Unico. Get a close-up of his right shoulder. Okay, you will see, and get a recent picture of Unico, by the way. You will see that tattoo on his shoulder right here. It's like a big tattoo that it goes to kind of his pec right here, and then it just goes around and comes all the way down, and it probably like ends like in the back, and I'm gonna say it's probably like right here, because I remember he had some stuff on his wrist too, but his wrists were not showing. The only thing I was showing was the tops and his chest and his stomach and his hands. But this is indeed Unico. There's no Camacho, it's Unico. He's just in a mask and he's just playing Sin Cara. He might even be the brand new Sin Cara. They might keep him as Sin Cara, because to be honest with you, he did pretty good. And there's one more thing. If you notice Sin Cara's finisher for the night, it was a Swanton Bomb. The last guy besides Sin Cara was besides Jeff Hardy to do a Swanton Bomb was Unico as his finisher. We then had a John Cena interview, okay, and this interview was about his TLC match, and he says that it's like the WWE title is for everyone who lives up north, but the World Heavyweight title is for everyone who lives down south. They have all the grades. Give me a sec. They have their own opinion that it should be the WWE Championship. That's the main title. That should be the World Heavyweight Championship. That's the main title. And that's really what he said. He talked about his TLC match a little bit, but it's really not that big either. Let me see if I can find this Unico thing real quick. Let's see here. Here we go. Give me a sec. Sorry about this, guys. The Shield then decided to send a message to CM Punk for their match at TLC. And that was that. They then had what was the best match of the night. It was a 6-man tag team match, okay? And it was I call them the Rhodes Dynasty, the current tag team champions. I call them the Rhodes Dynasty. and the Big Show versus the Shield. The Shield got a pretty good victory here. Goldust had Dean Ambrose in a superplex. He superplexes him, and as his legs go up, he realizes, oh crap, this is not the legal man. The legal man is Seth Rollins, who I was about to suplex Dean Ambrose onto. He then gets a roll-up victory and gets a 1-2-3. But here's proof that it says that Unico is indeed the Sin Cara of the night, okay? I want you guys to read this. It says, okay, as seen on tonight's WWE Raw from Oklahoma City, Sin Cara returned to action to get a clean win over Alberto Del Rio. Cara looked to have some weight put on and looked to be sporting a new tattoo. That's because it was Unico, who previously wrestled under the Sin Cara mask, acting as Sin Cara on tonight's Raw. Here's a photo of Unico's tattoo, the same tattoo we saw on Sin Cara tonight. But you can't really see it. I can't zoom up on it. And if I told you guys where I found this, I would have to kill you. But this is proof that he was indeed Sin Cara tonight. I'm not BSing you guys. And that was actually him against what looks to be Ted DiBiase. Back when Ted DiBiase was actually still around. But that's proof that was Sin Cara, or that it was Unico. CM Punk then addresses the Shield, okay, and he's all happy. He starts singing that song, I am pretty, oh so pretty, I am pretty and witty, and I'm not finishing it. He says he knows he's going down, but if he's going down, how many of the Shield and who of the Shield is he taking with him? Then they had another segment of the Bad News Barrett. He had no good news this time. He only had bad news. And the bad news was that Thanksgiving gave us constipation, indigestion, upset stomachs, diarrhea, and all this other stuff. And now we all got fat from it. I didn't get fat. I've been working at McDonald's now for 6 months. I've lost weight since working there. We then had the former Paul Heyman guys. We had Ryback and Curtis Axel versus Kofi Kingston and The Miz. Kofi Kingston and The Miz decided to put their differences aside for the night and go do this match. After the match, Miz decides to help up Kofi Kingston because Ryback got the win after Shell Shock. Miz decides to help out Kofi Kingston and slaps him in the face. Now, WWE last week has also realized, oh crap, we made a mistake turning Miz heel with this Christmas Bounty movie coming out. That came out last Tuesday. Maybe we shouldn't have done it so early, but they're like, and they realize that they made this big mistake, because, tell me honestly, if you watch a guy on WWE and he's good, would you watch his movie? Okay? If you watch a guy who's bad on WWE and he makes a movie, would you watch it? And they realize if he's not popular with the crowd, that Christmas Bounty movie is not going to do good with the crowd. We probably made a big mistake with that. So they realized, well, let's try to turn him face somewhere real quick. And they're like, well, if we turn him face, it's going to screw the storyline, so just keep him heel. And that's what they did. We then had Fandango versus my main man, Mark Henry. And thank you, Mark Henry. I love your "that's what I do" catchphrase. I say that all the time now, because that's what I do. My parents hate it. They hate me saying that. These WWE shirts give you some pretty good catchphrases like "best since day one," "that's what I do," "I like to show off," "I can't steal girlfriends because apparently it's not working." But he went against Fandango. Speaking of Fandango, WWE 2K14, we get Fandango. here. I could probably be getting Fandango here in like 15 minutes. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to see if at 12 o'clock I get Fandango, or if it's me and then the Middle East, and then you guys in the on the West Coast. See if it's East Coast, Midwest, and then West Coast. Which there's nothing wrong with the West Coast guys. I just want to get my Fandango, my Big Links, and my Bella Twins. Wink, wink. And I think my Summer Rae. I'm not sure this. I think it's Big Links, and that's the free guy. We just got done getting the NWO pack. We then had the primetime players versus the Real Americans. Now, the thing is, on SmackDown, they had a Thanksgiving leftover food eating contest, I think he had. And the winner got to face Antonio Cesaro. So, they had Titus O'Neil win this, because Khali just kind of gave out, for all the food. And she says, congratulations, you get to face Antonio Cesaro. Well, during the match on SmackDown, Antonio Cesaro did the big swing, okay? And that made Titus O'Neil lose his lunch. He took JBL's hat, barfed in it, barfed on Zeb Coulter, and he took the hat from JBL that he barfed in and put it on Michael Cole's head. Basically, I think that they were having like their birthday bash with Zeb Coulter and JBL, saying, hey, happy birthday, now get something puked on you, like your hat, and you in general, Zeb. But Jerry the King Lawler was there, who also celebrated birthday Friday. And I guess it's like, hey, here, happy birthday, now have some puke. And it's not really that pleasant. It was disgusting. The Real Americans did indeed win this, and here's what happened. The Real Americans were not happy to be in Oklahoma, even though one of the guys from the Real Americans are from Oklahoma. It doesn't make really that much sense. Zeb Coulter said that the PTP now has a new name, called the Primetime Pukers. I like that one. At one point, Antonio Cesaro had Titus O'Neil in the ring. Titus O'Neil was on his back, and Cesaro has legs, and he was about to put him in the giant swing. Well, of course, the crowd's like, swing him, swing him, swing him. And as they saw him grab his legs, Darren Young, everyone on commentary, Swagger, and Zeb Coulter were like, don't do it, please don't do it. But he does it anyway. And he swings him, they all thought he was going to lose lunch, he didn't, and they got the 1, 2, 3. They had it all night, they were talking about this WWE app vote, okay? The WWE app vote was to determine the name of the new champion, I guess what the new champion is going to be called, when they unified the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. I said it was going to be the, to be honest with you, I was wrong on this. It was a close one, but I was wrong. I said it should have been called the Unified World Champion. It kind of makes sense. But it's actually the Undisputed Champion, which they've already had that once, back when they had the World Champion. Okay, well, back when they had the World Champion and this WWE Championship as one, and Jericho was the man to win it. Okay, but they said he won it at Vengeance. They're saying he won it at the Royal Rumble. They're saying he won it at Survivor Series. It seems like they can't get it right on where Jericho actually won these two at. Because I thought he won it on the same night, and he did. But I didn't think it was Vengeance. I thought it was the Royal Rumble one year. But that's, I guess, how it rolls. I think what it was, the one out of the Royal Rumble, it couldn't have been, because, never mind. I'm so confused about it. It's not even funny. But it was the Undisputed Champion way back when. Back, like, in WrestleMania 18 time. Triple H won it from him at that time when Triple H came back from a torn quadricep injury. We then had Stephanie and Triple H come out for the contract signing to unify these belts at TLC. They talk about the matches, and they talk about the match, and like everyone who's held the title, they introduce Randy Orton first, and then they introduce John Cena. They say, Randy Orton, some of the greatest have held that title. You've got Hulk Hogan, you got all these guys. Stephanie said, and Triple H. He says John Cena. Some of the greats of all years. Luke Fez, Ric Flair, Undertaker. He didn't say Goldberg, which I think he should have. And then Stephanie says, and Triple H. Just think, I'm a Triple H guy and he's held both. I like Triple H. Bad, good, evil, what? I like Roman Reigns. Bad, good, evil, doesn't matter. And I think Roman Reigns will soon be a world champion. I think, if not the first, then the second actual major WWE champion. Now, here's another thing. At Survivor Series, they said Big E Langston has just won his first major championship in WWE. That's where you're wrong. Major championships are ones like these, are ones like the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. Those are minor titles. Those are like mid-card titles. That's not a major championship. Michael Cole's like, Big E Langston has just won his first major championship in the WWE. But it's not his major. It's not the first major championship he's won. It's only the first minor championship he's won. After they talk about that, they let each other have the floor. They sign the contract, and then they brawl. They show each other what TLC is actually all about. They use every weapon that they can. John Cena kind of put Randy Orton through two tables. He says, you make one step towards me, I will show you what I'll remind everyone in Oklahoma City and all these fans here tonight what TLC is. He says, I will take a ladder, I'll beat the hell out of you with it, and I'll take a chair, I'll bend that across your back, and I'll put you through a table jack. Randy Orton got pissed. He takes the contract signing table, flips it, and then they brawl. They go everywhere. They go everywhere around that ring. They got back in the ring, and a botch kind of happened. John Cena just kind of tosses Randy Orton, and he goes to a table. Orton gets back up, and then John Cena does the attitude adjustment to a table, grabs both belts and holds them up high. And the question is that what we're going to see at TLC? My answer, you're going to have to wait for TLC prediction night for that, which is indeed 2 weeks away, which is going to be, looks like the 22nd. Wouldn't surprise me. Actually, it looks like it'd be the 15th. It's either going to be the 15th or the 27th. I will do it that Thursday of prediction night. Prediction night will be the Thursday before TLC, because I don't work Thursdays, it seems. And I don't work Mondays, and I love it. But that's it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into this return, I'm sorry it's been so long, edition of the Raw Review. I love you guys. Thank you for sticking through. Thank you for being troopers. Sorry about no Survivor Series prediction night, but there definitely will be a Christmas-themed somewhere TLC prediction night. Whether I have to wear a jolly old Saint Nick hat, if I have to go find a fake beard and wear that, I will do it. I will probably just throw on a Santa hat and probably put some Santa hats or decorate this place. Maybe even put a tree right like there or something. I don't know. I'll think of something. It's going to be a birthday bash for me. This is my birth month. My birth week is coming up. So it's all going to be about me. Me. You guys might be saying, well, how old are you turning? I'm turning 23. I know it's not that big of a deal, but 21, I had a good I stayed home for my 21st birthday. None of my friends come over because of how close it is to Christmas. I get the crappy end of the stick. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all next week for the Raw review, and I will see you all for the Christmas-filled TLC prediction night. I've already got my tree up downstairs. Presents, not yet, but there will be presents soon. Gotta figure out how to place some presents. Thank you guys. Love you.